So home inspections. The real estate market is crazy right now. There's a lot of people waiving inspections or doing pass fails. You may be thinking of buying a house. You may know people who are thinking of buying a house.
Why do people even get a home inspection to begin with? What are the reasons why you would waive one in the first place? There's some dangers that could go along with that. So we're going to talk to you about it in this video.
I'm Aaron Thomas. This is Jessica Volkman with the Aaron Thomas Home Team, where we help people make wise decisions when it comes to buying, selling, and investing. Stick with us.
So lately, we have all seen a lot of buyers that are willing to waive their home inspection just to try to win, because there's so many multiple offers, everything's so competitive. I know on the buyer side and the seller side, we're seeing this in all directions. So from your perspective, why do people waive their home inspection, and does it actually help them win in a bidding war?
Well, it's just that, it does. If you're the seller of that property, it is very comforting to know that you don't have to worry about a buyer doing a home inspection and asking for a laundry list of things that you have to fix yourself or hire a contractor to fix. And so financially, there's a lot of benefits for the seller. It also moves the transaction between the buyer and the seller that much more forward, because that's a major hang up in contingency. So it certainly helps, but it's not always the best thing to do. And we'll tell you a little bit about those dangers next.
When you're doing or not doing a home inspection, there are some dangers on actually either side. The danger of doing one might be that if you're in a multiple offer situation, you could potentially lose out. The danger of not doing a home inspection, you could potentially come upon some serious problems. So let's talk about the problems that could come up if you choose to waive your home inspection. What do you think some of those dangers are?
There can be a huge distinction between newer homes. So let's just draw a line in the sand at 7 years old versus 30-year-old home, 7 years more. So difference in the way the homes were constructed, difference in materials. A lot of things are hidden when you look at a home. We show houses all the time. You don't go in the attic, typically. You don't go in the crawl space under the home. So there's a lot of things there that are hidden. Mm-hmm. And so when that's the case and you're waiving a home inspection and you proceed with the offer and it gets accepted and all those things, you don't necessarily have the same protections that you would have with that inspection, nor if you find those things can you ask the seller for repairs. And so when that happens, you're kind of stuck. I mean, you could be inheriting a home. Yes, you won the bid, but you might be inheriting a home where you got to move in and do thousands of dollars worth of fixes. So if we're talking specifically, so we talk attics, crawl spaces, there's different types of plumbing, there's different types of waste lines, and
yeah, I found one recently. I had one that had a hidden leak. The seller had no idea. It was my seller. Yeah. They do their disclosures up front, but they didn't crawl under the crawl space to check there's a leak down there. Yep, it happens a lot.
Yep, you're talking about older foundation on an older home, siding, all kinds of stuff, electrical differences, electrical panels that were, built and engineered for different building code standards. There's just all kinds of stuff. There's way too much to talk about in this video.
So is it a wise decision to waive a home inspection? That's what we're going to talk about next. Whether or not waiving a home inspection is a wise choice for you is definitely something you should talk to your broker about. You guys should have that whole conversation. It's a case-by-case basis for sure. And the other thing you should know is there's other alternatives. You don't just have to waive your inspection. Yeah. There's lots of choices you can make that can protect you.
Yeah, we're talking about one thing in a negotiation to get a house. There's other things in the agreement when you go to buy a home. There's different ways to move the needle. There's also different ways to approach the inspection. And one of the ways that we've approached it before, and many other real estate agents, is to do a pass-fail inspection. So that could be a nice alternative where you could have your cake and eat it too a little bit, which is you get the right to have the inspection, you get the right to have the report card, you get the right to say, no, this house isn't for me, based off of the findings. But you have an opportunity to make your offer look better and actually win the negotiation and be able to purchase the house.
Yeah, it keeps you competitive with the seller, but it doesn't put you in a position where you're catching a surprise at the
Yeah.
end. It's the prize you think you're winning at the end of all this bidding. You actually get the house you think you're buying.
Yeah, you're in the driver's seat a little bit more than if you waive it.
The other thing might be a pre-inspection. We do those every once in a while, but those are a little bit harder to negotiate through, especially with a fast timeline.
Yep. That's basically you're going to do a little bit of a checkup on the house before you make the offer. And that's pretty common in a lot of areas, and that can help as well. So I think you can tell from this video that whether you are willing to waive an inspection or whether it's smart to even consider doing that versus doing like a pass-fail inspection, it's really complicated. And so hopefully we've given you some context on that. And if really what you should do is talk to your broker. If you're buying a house, you should talk to your broker about that. You need to weigh all the alternatives. If you need some help, if you are early in the process of maybe buying next year or something like that, feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to help you.